Hello and welcome back to G-senjou no Maou, also called the Devil on G-string, or it's in addition to the title, I don't even know. Anyhow, let's continue where we left off. That fearless smile, that gaze oozing an excess of confidence. It was inside that crowded arena that I realized the true essence of alot cannon.
ナンバー46浅井カノン日本
Number 46, alot cannon, Japan. Enthusiastic applause exploded from the spectators' seats. In the middle of this thunder, cannon leaped onto the ice, tracing a semicircle along the wall, which had been plastered with advertising banners. She stopped in the middle and threw the judges a flirtatious smile. The arena was covered in an almost suffocating silence. Her face was shining on the giant screen installed on the inner wall. Her expression was entirely foreign to the cannon I know. It held a challenge. Her tightly pursed lips, with the calculated application of makeup, stood out beautifully. A sense of power radiated from her. It was something that a person who knew the ordinary cannon wouldn't be able to imagine. She lowered her stance, putting that uncharacteristically long right arm at the top of her left leg. Wait, what? Okay, almost like she was grasping the hilt of a sword at her hip. The sensation that she's about to go to war isn't too far-fetched, given the situation. Oh, White of the Valkyries! Okay. After the dance, like woodwind intro, Wagner's White of the Valkyries began playing. Oh, okay. Oh, that's real. That's how it's called. Okay. In the opera cycle, Der Ring des Nibelungen. Isn't it called Der Ring der Nibelungen? Roughly translated into the Wing of the Nibelungen. The Valkyries hold the task of guiding fallen warriors to Valhalla. Those young ladies, also sometimes called shield maidens, don their armor, flourish their swords, and ride their winged steeds toward the battlefield. As the horns and bassoons came in, cannon charged across the ice with the courage of a true Valkyrie. Damn, she's fast, I thought. It's on a completely different level of speed than the others. It gave the illusion that the wing had become smaller. Just when I thought that she was going from one end to the other, she took a casual curve and turned to skate backwards faster than my mind could follow. A violent sound threatening to grind the ice into powder exploded. Like the hoofs of a winged horse striking against the earth. Following that, Canna's limbs spun in the air. She jumped high, floating in the air, almost like she had grown feathers herself. Cannon said that there was no way she'd fall. And sure enough, as if the gods had determined it before her jump began, she became down in a perfect landing. The blade, like the axis of a gyroscope, held Cannon steady as she elegantly spread her wing-like arms apart. After finishing her series of continuous jumps, Cannon was bathed in applause. Even though I don't really know just what kind of jump it was, I'm pretty sure that it was difficult and worth a lot of points. Even I could tell that it was an extremely artistic jump. Several had attempted this jump before Cannon, but each one had landed with too few rotations and spun around after the fact in order to appear to succeed. Cannon's jumps are simply longer than the others. Her bullet-like speed enabled such acts. But it seemed from watching it on TV that the faster one goes, the harder it is to maintain the jump timing. Although, if one just glides slowly into the jump, no one is going to applaud. Balancing the wide height and distance together is likely next to impossible. The players who failed at their jumps could attest to that. The second jump was also completed with almost no effort, and Cannon's assault continued. She began a step sequence of showy choreography. The captivating performance she was giving with her upper body was enough to steal all your attention. But if you managed to tear your eyes away, you would see that her legwork was just as smooth. She did a delicate turn on one skate while maintaining her speed. Those elegant and excruciatingly correct steps before the grace of a warrior princess performing a sword dance. The third jump. She launched herself while gliding forward. Shards of ice spewed forth like dragon's blood. I thought that she was just bragging, but after seeing her in action, I was more than reassured. Not a single fleeting thought of her falling entered my mind. After a wonderful landing, Cannon was enveloped in the abnormal passion of the arena. However, it was not the shrill sounds of cheering from before. They were sighs of admiration, gasps of astonishment, sounds of praise, the lot of them, yet praise born out of awe bordering on fear. Ooh, nice picture. Whoa, she looks quite different. Her facial expression is so different. So serious and actually looking like a... she actually looks like a warrior princess. Absolutely bewitching. On the screen, Cannon's visage was visited by a ghostly aura. The girl in that image would kill any foe who dared to turn his blade against the gods. Hearing Ride of the Valkyries usually reminds people of the movie Apocalypse Now. I never saw that movie. The lieutenant colonel, with an eerie cheerfulness about him, assaults a Viet Cong village from the skies, with the blaring Ride of the Valkyries as his partner. The composer Richard Wagner was a rather similar case. There's no doubt he left a big impact on musical history, but his infamy will live on forever. He had a self-centered, indulgent personality and believed that it's only natural for everyone to invest in a genius such as himself. There was a period of time that he was very intimate with Nietzsche, and their ideology would hurl them both into the modern world through the Nazi Party. He was a genius and a tyrant. Amidst the mysterious spectacle of the enchanted arena, the Tyrant of the Ice decorated the finale of this musical masterpiece. Ending with a tornadic rotation, Cannon put on her ending pose. When the music ended and the crowd remembered to breathe, a thunderous applause exploded throughout the stadium. The entire arena burst into a standing ovation. Before I realized what was going on, I was also standing and clapping. In 2 minutes and 40 seconds, she generated enough force to grab everyone's hearts. Her scores, clearly, were also on a separate level from the others. Obliterating those before her, Cannon achieved the top rank in a single breath. The spectators were boiling over with delight. They had probably been touched by a beautiful rebirth after the disaster last year. They don't know the real Cannon. She was in the so-called Kiss and Cry, the place where skaters await their results. Her face was on the screen. Cannon beat her personal best, but she did not jump for joy or hug Coach Hilton, who was sitting beside her. She just wore a calm, stoic smile. A reporter pointed a microphone at her. Cannon said only one thing.
明日もありますから。
There's still tomorrow. No more than a whisper. It was almost like she was using all her energy to contain her powerful joy. Almost like she were conceitedly saying, "Of course I won." Well, 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 if it isn't Eiichi-san.
いやいやいや、京介ちゃんよ。
Well, 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 if it isn't Kyosuke-chan. I met up with Eiichi and Tsubaki outside. The outside air cooled my skin, and it felt excellent. What was up with you telling Cannon her steps were bad or whatever? I thought she was pretty awesome. You still think that after seeing the real thing?
やっぱり俺ちゃんがきつく言ってやったからかな。去年までのカノンと別人だわ。
Wait, what? She's completely different from how she was last year. Maybe getting preached at by adorable yours truly helped her turn her act around.
ほんと感動したね。ゾクゾクしちゃったよ。
I was really touched. It gave me goosebumps. I found the musical selection to be particularly excellent.
私もそう思った。最初は怖い曲だなって思ったし、いつもニコニコしてるカノンちゃんには合わないような気がしてたんだけど。
Did she just say Nico Nico? Okay. I thought so too. I thought it was scary at first, and that it didn't fit the smiley Cannon-chan at all, but...
だんだんハマってきたと思ったらいつの間にかこれしかないみたいな気分にさせられたわ。
But I found myself glued to my seat. After a while, I thought, fuck it, it had to be that song. Eiichi seemed to be overly excited, as he was beginning to talk like his real self, even in front of Tsubaki.
やっぱりヒルトンは偉大だな。コーチが違うとこうまで変わるもんかね。
I knew that Hilton guy was no fucking joke. See how much of a difference a change of coach can make? There's really that big of a difference?
違う違う、去年までのカノンはよ、なんつうの、どっちかっつうと可愛い系で売ってる系だったのよ。
It's a complete turnaround. Up until now, Cannon's been portrayed as the cute type. I had no idea.
元コーチの金崎育子には悪いけど、カノンにはああいう悪魔系が似合うよ。
Wait, what? I feel kinda sorry for Kanesaki Ikuko, but a demonic image really suits Cannon better. So, this performance was different from all the performances before?
ちょっと怖すぎたけどね。でも、ああいうカノンちゃんも素敵だよね。
It was a little scary, but Cannon-chan was really pretty like that. If you look at her physique closely, she's tall with long limbs. She looks like a foreigner.
なんかの記事で読んだけど、ガキの頃からバレエやって体柔らかくして、飯も自分で管理して食ってたらしいぜ。
I think I read in a magazine once that she took ballet or something when she was little and had to closely control her diet. If things keep going like this, she can easily win tomorrow's bout too. But suddenly Eiji frowned.
ああ、それなんだけどよ。
About that. What?
明日のフリーな。フリーのプログラムはあんまり評判良くねえんだわ。プログラムっつうか、曲か？
Wait, what? Tomorrow's the free skate, and her program has a bad rap. Well, it's not the program itself, but the music, I guess. Oh, really? Since today was Rite of the Valkyries, would tomorrow be an excerpt from the Ewoisa Symphony? Ewoisa Symphony? Or something like that?
そう思うだろ。でも何考えてんだか知らねえけど、今日のショートとは180度違う曲調なんだよな。
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? I have no idea what's running through their stupid little heads, but it's something that will be a complete 180 degree from today's selection. Look, just tell me already.
マニアのお前ならわかると思うけどよ。
Well, seeing as you're a fanatic, you should know it. Bach? After Eiichi eventually told me the title of the piece, even I was confused. Isn't that a bad idea?
だろ？今日のイメージじゃねえよな。
I know, right? It's like a completely different image from today.
でも、カノンちゃんはそれでこの前のカナダ大会は優勝してるんだよね。だったら大丈夫じゃないかな。
But didn't Canon-chan use that song to win in Canada? Won't it be okay? I agreed with Tsubaki's opinion. Canon's technique is incredible. Why would the choice of song affect her score in any way?
無理んだよ。スケートはよ、芸術だぜ。得点を決める要素には曲の解釈って項目もあるくらいだ。実際前のカナダじゃその辺がだいぶ弱かったらしいぜ。
Weak man! Figure skating is an art! Part of your score reflects how at one you are with the music. She got a pretty low score in that area in Canada. Then why doesn't she just change the song?
だよな。なんでまたあんな曲なんだろうな。噂によると元コーチの母親にまだ義理立てしてるって話もあるけどな。
That's what everyone's asking. There's a rumor that she's keeping it for her former coach, since she's her mother.
浅井くんはそういう話しないの？
Adai-kun, did you hear about anything like that?
そうだよ。何か聞いてねえのか？
Yeah, you get word of anything? Not at all.
お前ら本当に家族なのかよ。
And you call yourself family? Eiichi was thoroughly disgusted.
じゃあまた明日ね。
Well then, see you tomorrow.
京介もちゃんと来いよ。
Kyosuke, make sure you come too. Yeah. Maybe I'm being a bit cold, but Canon can achieve her goal whether I'm there or not. Today's performance verified that fact. The audience's cheers don't mean all that much to Canon. Just as Azai Gonzo relies only on himself, Adai Canon has a firm belief in her skills. A lot of dots. There was indeed another death. It was 10 o'clock that night. Mephistopheles had reached the docks in the Western District. The flashlight he had brought shone on the blackened blood. It formed a thin line on the old, grey asphalt, and droplets continued on toward the dark waters. A single step to the lung, and then thrown into the sea. He remembered Maou's cold voice. The winter torrents around this area are quite powerful. So the corpse should have drifted far away by now. There can be no murder investigation if there's no body. His name would merely be recorded on the missing persons list. 90,000 annually and counting. Maou emphasized that part of his murder plan. Just like Maou had promised, he would. Just like Maou had promised he would. Mephistopheles found a driver's license at the edge of the boardwalk. He picked up the bloody card to check the name. He was satisfied. This Westerner had been employed as a ballet dancer. Japan has its traditional proper dances. In order to correct the American cultural invasion after last century's great defeat, people like him must be eradicated from this nation. Maou is a person I can rely on. His battle spirit was already boiling. It just wouldn't do to fall short of Mao's expectations. Suddenly a voice spoke up behind him. It's you, Sami. Mephistopheles immediately hid the bloody license inside his jacket.
すいません。
Excuse me? He slowly turned his head around and beheld the ghost before him. It met the flashlight's glare. Mephistopheles stepped back in surprise.
危ないっすよ。
Don't you fall? The sea was behind him. The ghost extended its hand and stepped forward. Stepped? When he looked closely, he realized that it was simply a girl with extremely long hair. She seemed to be enrolled as a student somewhere and wore a school uniform with a ribbon in the front.
女学生がこんな時間まで何をしている?
What's a girl doing here at this time of night? How deplorable. Girls are getting worse by the year. Why don't they realize that the improper things they are doing, such as wandering in the night, are precisely what's making the crime rate go up? She'd be partially to blame if she was attacked.
何をしているんだ貴様?
What the hell are you doing?
いえ、この辺はちょこちょこ来るんすよ。考え事をしているときは特に。いえ、この先にちょっとした見栄えのする場所がありましてね。
I come out here sometimes, especially when I'm thinking about important things. There's a really pretty spot right past there. She spoke in mumbles, completely indirect.
昔大好きな人とお別れした場所でしてね。この町は変わってしまいましたけど、この辺りだけは大して変わってないなと懐かしんでいたんです。
I said goodbye to someone I loved near here. This town changed a lot, but not this place. So I like to reminiscence here.
名前を言え。
Tell me your name.
藤原紀香です。
Oh, she lies. Of course she lies. Would you... Yeah, she just said it. The girl looked at him, dimly through her bangs.
藤原。今が何時だかわかるか?
Fujiwara, do you know what time it is right now?
おい。
11時くらいですかね。
Around 11 or something?
子供は家で寝てる時間だろ。
Shouldn't children be safe at home asleep by now?
一応18歳以上なんすけどね、これでも。
Appearances aside, I'm over 18, she said in a joking manner.
そんなことより、お怪我はありませんか?
Though, you shouldn't be worrying about that. You are hurt, aren't you?
怪我?
Hurt?
ええ、足元に点々と。
Beside your feet, there's a bit... She must be talking about the blood.
私は知らん。ジョギングをしていたら、ふと気になって調べてみた。
I don't know where it came from. I noticed it when I was jogging and came to investigate.
はあ、そうっすか。
Huh, so that's it. She sighed as if exhausted.
私は帰る。お前も夜更かししないで、ちゃんと帰宅するんだぞ。
I'm going home. You should too. Don't stay up so late.
あ、お気遣いありがとうございます。
Sure, thanks for the concern. It didn't fit her creepy exterior, but she bowed deeply. Mephistopheles passed by the girl and walked away.
あ、ちょっといいですか？
Can I bother you for just a bit? Being called, he stopped.
ミヒャエル・ユグムントさんとよくお会いします？
Do you meet with Mikhail Jugmund often? Mephistopheles opened his eyes wide. He knew that name well. That man now laid at the bottom of the sea.
誰だって？
Who?
ですからユグムントさんです。バレエの先生ですよ。今話題のアザイカノンに指導したこともあるんです。
I just told you, Jugmund's son, the ballet teacher. They say he even taught Adai Cannon.
そんな奴は知らん。
I know no such person. The girl, disappointed, drooped her shoulders. He suddenly felt a wave of uneasiness wash over him.
なぜ私にそんな話をする？
Why are you asking me something like that?
いえ、ジョギングされてたんですよね。っていうことは、この辺にお住まいなのかなと。
It's just, you said you're jogging, right? So that means you live near here. So the foreigner lives here too. His sense of suspicion grew even stronger. Why would a girl that he'd never seen before talk to him about a dead man?
自分あの方のファンでして、もしあったらサインもらっておいてください。
I'm a fan of his. If you meet him, could you please ask for an autograph?
いいだろう。連絡先を教えろ。
Sure, why not? Tell me your address.
マジっすか？やったわあ
Really? Great! Yay! The girl, without a shred of wariness or worry, told him her cell number. Just a coincidence? Mephistopheles said goodbye to the girl with the innocent smile. In any case, he has a way to contact her. He can get rid of her quickly if anything happens. Wow, great. At the bar, as always, Mephistopheles called Maou immediately.
死体を確認した。見事なものだな。
I've already checked the scene. It was wonderful.
これで私を信用していただけましたか？
Do you trust me now?
もちろんだ。
Of course. He gave a firm answer. He was now well aware of the seriousness begging the young man on the other end of the line. It was time to initiate the revolution.
では、明日だな。
Tomorrow, then.
手順通り9時にお願いします。
Just follow the plan. I'll be counting on you when 9 o'clock comes.
分かっている。二度も殺人を犯したお前の計画だ。きっと完璧なのだろう。
I understand. The plan of a man who has already killed 2 people must be perfect. A drink was set before him. He worked hard to suppress the urge to shout out for Maou to click glasses. After hearing about her, the woman they had discussed seemed unforgivable to him. She was supposedly a figure skating coach. In the past, she had been a great player who had even participated in the Olympics, but after retiring began to live a depraved life. Her name was Kanesaki Ikuko. She published a book criticizing the very skating association that brought her fame and there were even rumors about her having illicit relations with a member of the Yakuza. Why? I mean, if she was famous and all, shouldn't she have enough money to sustain the rest of her life? I mean, I wouldn't do something like that if it couldn't sustain my life for when after retiring. At her prime, she had a lean and beautiful figure, but she's put on weight since then. She doesn't care about her income, instead choosing to live a disgusting life by leeching off of her daughter's prize money. Why can't she sustain herself? She's the worst kind of parent. If even one such mother disappeared from the earth, the future of education would be ever brighter.
何か質問は？
Is there anything you want to ask me? Unexpectedly, Maou posed this question. Wait, I think it's fine. Mephistopheles took a moment to consider. He remembered the face of the girl he had just met.
やはり顔を見られたら殺した方がいいのか？
It's better that I kill everyone who sees my face, isn't it?
いい質問ですね。
Good question. He sighed as if impressed.
場合によります。
That depends on the situation.
というと、
What do you mean?
目撃者というのは非常に厄介な存在です。特徴を覚えられた場合、警察が最新鋭の機器を使ってかなり正確なモンタージュを作成します。
A witness is a very troublesome thing. If someone remembers any distinguishing features about you, the police can use the latest equipment to make a realistic portrait.
下手をすれば私の顔が交番や地下鉄にばらまかれるってことか。
So, unless I'm careful, my face will be tagged to police department notice boards and subway station walls.
しかし、
Wait, that was the wrong voice, god damn it. However, he stopped for a second.
目撃者というものは大抵の場合、事件の光景よりも事件で味わった感情を記憶しているものです。犯人の持っていたナイフが恐ろしかったとか、警官の発砲に耳が割れそうになったとか、そういうことは覚えています。しかし、例えばその場で自分と同じように悲鳴を上げていた人物のことは記憶からすっかり抜け落ちるものです。
In most cases, the witnesses remember their emotions more than the scene. The man holding the knife was scary. The sound of the policeman's gun was deafening. Those are things that they remember. But things like who was screaming beside them will simply be lost in the pandemonium.
なるほど。周りと同化してしまえということだな。
Ah, so you are saying to synchronize with the surroundings?
もちろん、あなたが大層な肥満であったり、鼻の下にブドウのようなほくろがあるのなら話は変わってきますが。
Of course, if you are morbidly obese, or if you have a mole the size of a grape, then it's a completely different matter.
安心しろ。酒は好きだが、ビール腹には縁遠い。
Don't worry. I like my drinks, but I'm still far away from getting a beer belly. Mephistopheles was an ordinary, tired-looking man. Perhaps a bit on the tall side.
とはいえ、目があったら殺した方がいい。
Even so, if your eyes met theirs, they should be killed.
目か。
Eyes.
目は最も感情を伝える部位の一つです。あなたの瞳に異常を感じれば、相手はきっと忘れないことでしょう。
Eyes are probably the most efficient method of transmitting emotions. If they saw something in your eyes, then there's a chance that they'll never forget it. So try to keep your face as hidden as possible.
なら、もう一人殺しておかなくては。
Then it seems that I can't avoid killing another person. Mephistopheles opened his mouth only after taking a large swig.
実は、さっき港で妙な女に出くわしてな。幽霊かと思ったよ。ただの女学生だったが、膝まで届きそうなくらい髪が長かった。お前が殺した男の話をされたぞ。
Actually, I met a strange young woman down at the harbor. I thought she was a ghost, but she turned out to be just a student. She had hair all the way down to her knees. She talked about the man that you killed. Amazingly, Maou didn't say a thing. Unable to stand the silence, Mephistopheles continued.
藤原とか名乗ってた。海に沈んだ男のファンらしい。連絡先は聞いておいた。
She called herself Fujiwara. Seemed to be a fan of that dead guy. I got her phone number just in case.
なんだ。何を考えている？
What? Did you think of something? There was no response. Perhaps he had mentioned something that angered Maou. Or perhaps he had an idea as to who that girl was.
ぜひ。
She. After a long silence, Maou spoke quietly, almost to himself.
ぜひ殺してください。
She must be killed. Mephistopheles sensed murderous intent from those words, though only for an instant.
その少女こそ、あるいは最大の敵です。
That girl is our greatest enemy. Okay, so he doesn't want to play anymore? A lot of dog.
ただいま。
Phew, I'm back. For an athlete, you sure do walk slow. It's been almost an hour since the tournament ended for the day.
コーチとお話しして、ちょっと調整して、その後インタビューとかしてたら遅くなった。
I talked a bit with coach, made some performance touch-ups, and had to do an interview. That's why I'm late. She had a blank look on her face as she threw her bags on the sofa.
兄さん、何してたの？魚臭いよ。
Nissan, what are you doing? You smell like fish. Oh my. Wow. I'm cooking, and yes, it is fish. Sure. I must have a truly impoverished nature. I bought 10 saudi from the supermarket just because they were on sale.
のんちゃんもう食べたよ。
Nanchan already ate. That's alright. We'll eat it tomorrow then. As for the rest, I'll give it to Tsubaki. She lives close by, after all. I made some coffee while talking to Cannon, who was lazily stretched out on the sofa. Today was amazing.
何が？
What was? You were.
演技が？そう？
My performance? Really? Well, she said it a little bit more. My performance? Really? She zoned out for a little bit. You took first place effortlessly. There were a full 20 points between you and that Russian in second place.
ああ、そうだっけ？じゃあそれなりだね。
Ah, really? Not bad, I guess. She doesn't seem to have any interest in her opponents. What are your thoughts on today then?
結果に満足せずに精進したいと思います。
Yes, I can't be satisfied with just this, so I'll keep working hard. That's just the line you memorized for the camera.
本当にそう思うんだよ。だって NKH 杯は外国の選手も来るけど、世界で一番強い人が集まるわけじゃないもの。
It's what I really think. The NHK trophy might attract foreign skaters, but they aren't the strongest in the world. What? It was a piece of cake for you because you were only up against small fries?
そんなつもりはないけど、結局そういうことかも。
I didn't go in with that thought, but that's pretty much how it turned out. Because she said it so innocently, it didn't even sound offensive.
のんちゃんは世界一になりたいのです。
Non-chan wants to be number one in the world. Right.
トップ、優勝、一番、最強、王様、そういう言葉が好きです。
Top, winner, number one, strongest, king. I love words like that. I understand. Then I pointed to the sofa cover that Cannon had wrinkled up when I wasn't paying attention. I understand, so fix that.
やだ、どうせすぐにぐっちゃにするから。
Don't wanna. It's going to get wrinkled again anyhow. Then just don't wrinkle it up in the first place. Reflect on it and make sure that you don't do it again.
王は顧みないものです。
Kings don't reflect on things. You're not a king yet.
兄さんにはかなわないな。
I can never win against you. She reluctantly straightened up the cover. Do you want to take a bath? The water's ready.
気が利くね。やっぱり兄さんの家に来て正解だったな。
You're so thoughtful. I knew it was the right choice to stay with you, Nissan. What do you mean? Surely Ikuko-san heated up the water for you too.
うん。すごい気を使ってくれるよ。
Yeah, definitely. She always thinks of me. A glimmer of loneliness shone in Cannon's eyes.
コーチはのんちゃんが世界一になることばっかり考えている人だから。
But Coach only thinks about making Nanchan number one in the world.
いつもヘコヘコしてるよ、私に。
She never goes against me. She lowered her head and stared at the empty floor. I remembered the thing that had bothered me and asked about it. Well, about your program for the free skate tomorrow.
ん？
It doesn't really seem like it's your style, so why? For an instant, Cannon pursed her lips in hesitation.
知らない。
I don't know.
コーチがヒルトン先生にお願いしたみたい。でも知らない。
I think Coach asked Mr. Hilton for it, but I don't know why. I didn't ask Cannon, who still called Ikuko-san Coach, anything else.
じゃあ一緒に寝よう。
Alright, let's sleep together. I'm not sleeping.
のんちゃんね、何かを抱っこしてないと眠れないの。
Nanchan can't sleep without hugging something. Don't act so bratty. You know we shouldn't be doing stuff like that. What is so bad about that? I still don't get it. Ugh.
大丈夫だよ。誰も見てないよ。
It's fine. No one's watching. For Christ's sake, what am I supposed to do with this girl? Hug her! Hug her tight and deeply! Why wouldn't you do that? The shadow floating behind her smile is bugging me a bit. Oh well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to stay by her side until she falls asleep. Yes! 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 I'll go ahead and lie down. Fine, I get it. But I'm nocturnal, so I'll be reading on the bed.
ありがとう。5秒で寝つくから。
Thanks, I'll fall asleep in 5 seconds. Hurry up and take your bath.
はい。
Yes, sir! She saluted and went to the changing room with light steps. Jeez. I sat on the chair in the study and stretched lazily. Cannon should be able to win easily tomorrow. So there will be another victim. Thinking about that made me depressed. Even so, I don't really have any methods at my disposal to do anything about it. I don't. Ugh. The hell? I'm getting dizzy again. It's probably because of Akimoto's big mouth. Damn it. Whew. Even so. This is outside of my calculations. To think that Yusami had already come into contact with Mephistopheles. Why did Yusami appear at that dock tonight? Yusami is in contact with Adai Gonzo, so she should have a list of possible victims. People who are affiliated with Canon, be it through school, skating, blood relation. Even if the list was filtered through, there should have been more than 10 people. And from that, to correctly pinpoint that German ballet dancer as the target. Michael Juckman does indeed live near the Western District's port. Maybe Yusami and the rest were watching his house and discovered Mephistopheles acting suspiciously on the boardwalk. Why? Is it a coincidence? Extremely good luck? If it wasn't, then I have to admit that I underestimated Yusami. I let loose a sardonic laugh. A sardonic laugh? I don't get it. Along with the sound of the shower starting a person's voice. Wait, along with the sound of the shower starting, a person's voice came from the bathroom. There's no towel, it said. What a cheeky woman. I'll prepare one right away. I look forward to tomorrow. I'll have Yusami show me her skills, so I can see just how good she really is. Alright then.
兄さん眠そうだね。
Nissan, you look sleepy. Yet you're always full of energy. The next morning, I walked Cannon to the building entrance. After a while, a high-class foreign car drove up and approached the curb.
おはよう、京介くん。
Good morning, Kyosuke-kun. Ikuko-san slowly emerged from the left-hand driver's seat. Good morning. Nice car.
そう？もう2世代も前の車よ。
You think so? It's already 2 models old. Even so, I'm sure she could afford to buy 3 family cars.
それじゃ兄さん、行ってくるね。
Bye bye, Nissan. I'm leaving. Cannon ducked into the backseat with enthusiasm. Nobody sat in the passenger seat.
ごめんなさいね。私からも連絡しておこうと思ったんだけど、つい忙しくて。
I am very sorry. I planned to call you about it, but I got caught up in work. It's okay. He was talking about Cannon.
何か言ってなかった？
Did she say anything? No, nothing in particular.
私の悪口とか？
She didn't talk about me behind my back. A strange smile she developed over the years surfaced. I couldn't distinguish between her sincerity and sarcasm. No, she just said she was going to do her best and set her sights on the World Championships.
ならいいけど
Never mind then. She put her hand against her sagging cheek suggestively. Speaking of the World Championships, she was an Olympic athlete in the past.
カノンは甘えん坊だから大変でしょ
Canon can be quite spoiled sometimes, but I'm sure you already knew that, isn't it, Ruff?
でもそれが可愛いのよね
Still, you can't deny that it's cute, can you? I felt only unrest. Oblivious to the reason behind it, I knew only that I wouldn't be able to continue a conversation with this person.
ねえ、行かないの？
Can we leave already? Canon popped her head out the window. She bore a very unamused look on her face. No, maybe it's just my imagination. She just rarely looks so expressionless.
何かあったら連絡してね
Call me if anything comes up. Ikoko-san nodded slightly before getting into the car. After a quiet ignition, the car drove off, followed by a black limo. In the limo behind Ikoko-san's car sat two huge muscle men. They are probably Gonzo's men, here to protect Ikoko-san. However, what will happen when they get to the arena? What will happen when they enter areas official tournament personals are allowed to enter? Even Yakuza would be thrown out of there. This opportunity may be the one Maou is intending to exploit. I got a phone call. It's Gonzo. This is Kyosuke.
宇佐美はどうだ
What happened to Yusami? I don't know. I haven't seen her since last time.
連れてこいすぐにだ
Bring her here, right away. The line cut right after he finished. What's this new development? I rolled my eyes and clicked my tongue as I dialed Yusami's number.
宇佐美でございます。
Okay, she's fine. I was worried for a second. Yusami here? She picked up the phone after only one ring. Good to hear good to hear you are as disgusting as ever. What are you up to right now?
今はフランス風の喫茶でカッファを頼んでいます。
I'm in a French cafe. Just ordered a cup of kaffa. Quit bluffing.
本当です。新聞も読んでます。カノンのことがデカデカと載ってますね。
It's true. I'm even reading the newspaper. Canon made it to the headlines. Yusami wasn't in the arena yesterday.
表情の戦女神とかなってますよ。
They are calling her the Valkyrie of the Ice. You should go see it in person at least once. It's incredibly intoxicating.
あ、ちょっとすいません。
Ah, excuse me for a second. Suddenly I heard some sort of rustling noise. What are you doing? However, there was no response. If I listened carefully, I could hear the weak sound of country music in the background. She really was in a shop somewhere. Hello?
何ですか？
Ah, so what's the matter? I decided to cut to the chase. Gonzo wants you. Come quickly. Oh god, that sounds so wrong. Gonzo wants you.
マジですか？
Seriously? She seemed to sink into deep consideration.
わかりました。今セントラル街にいましてね。
Understood. I'm on Central Boulevard right now. I'll come to meet you then. I'll call you back when I'm almost there. After Yusami agreed, I started walking. The day was especially warm. I met Yusami shortly after calling her out. What are you doing out here anyway?
もちろん尾行です。
What do you think? What do you think? I'm tailing someone? Tailing? Who?
それはまだなんとも。怪しい人ではあるんですが、白だったらご本人に迷惑がかかりますので。
I can't really say yet. He's suspicious, but if he's clean, then I'd just be causing trouble for him. Suspicious how?
昨日ばったり出くわしましてね。まだ事件に関係があるかどうか確信が持てないんですが。どうでしょう。
I met him yesterday. I still can't be sure that it's related to this case, though. Hard to say. She glanced behind her. Save the details until we meet with Gonzo.
もしかして何の進展もなかったら撃ち殺されるんですかね。
By any chance, am I going to be killed if I haven't made any progress? It's possible.
いえ
What?
いえいえいえ。
What? Yusumi's face suddenly tensed. Her eyes widened as she stared at something behind me. What's wrong? Wait, what? Who's that? I turned my head around and a tall woman stood behind me. Her lustrous coat was strangely vivid under the winter sun. A faint smile was plastered on her face as she looked at us. This girl is not in the list of this. Wait, I show you. This girl is not one of the 4 main female characters here, so I'm a little bit confused. The woman slowly approached Yusami and me. Her soft, straight black hair shone brilliantly under the sunlight. What the? I asked Yusami behind me. Hey, Yusami! She was entirely speechless. Could the suspicious person Yusami spoke of be? Finally, the woman spoke.
久しぶりね、ハル。
How's it been, Haru? I turned back to Yusami without thinking. Is maybe by any chance it's her sister?
You...
It's...
You...
It's...
Yuki da!
It's Yuki! Yuki! Oh no! How was this anime called? Yuno fucking Gasai. It's Yuki? Yuki! Oh god. Yusami broke into a dash. She moved incredibly fast. I was shocked by the scene and she vanished into the crowd before I even noticed. Hey! Yuki? My eyes met with the woman named Yuki before I had grasped the situation. As we confronted each other, I noticed that we were around the same height. She had long eyebrows and determined eyes. She had long arms and legs like Kanon. She wasn't at all like an ordinary Japanese person. The black suitcase in her hands conjured images of an able businesswoman in my mind.
こんにちは。私は時田由紀。あなたは？
Good afternoon. I'm Tokita Yuki. And you are? This woman, capable of unnerving even the stoic Yusami, asked me in a peaceful tone. Kyosuke. Adai Kyosuke. You would be...
FBI よ。
Wait, what? FBI? What? While I wondered, aghast, if she really was telling me the truth, the next question rushed in.
あなたは春の恋人？
So, you are Haru's lover then? Don't freak me out like that. I'm just an acquaintance of hers. Tokita smiled and opened the suitcase.
これ、私の連絡先。
This is how you can contact me. She handed me a business card.
春に伝えておいて。私がまたあなたを狙ってるって。
Tell Haru that I still have my eyes set on her. Wait, what? Is she maybe... wait, what? Is she some kind of stalker or something? Did Yusami run away? Wait, I thought Yusami went at her, but she actually went away in panic? Oh my god, it's Yuki! Run away! Oh, brilliant! I don't know who she is, but I like her. An evil glow sparkled in her eyes.
それじゃあまた会いましょう。
Goodbye. Let's meet again sometime. She left after saying her piece. And then there was me, still puzzled and not a step away from where I was when she came in. I said? An acquaintance of Yusami's?
浅井さん、浅井さん。
Oh, you're back. She was gasping for air.
ユキは何か言っていましたか？
Did Yuki say anything? Not really, only that she had her eyes set on you. Who is that woman? She's incredibly beautiful. Yusami shook her head with no sign of stopping.
いや、私の友達です。
A friend of mine? You mean you've really had friends before? If she's a friend of Yusami, then chances are she's a weirdo. Speaking of which, what does it mean when you say, have your eyes set on a friend?
ユキが狙っているのは私の B 地区です。
Wait, what? The only thing Yuki's eyes are set on are my sweater puppies. Sweater puppies? Oh, your boobs? What? Oh, come on! She's really what I thought she is! This makes it more hilarious. I'd never noticed before, but Yusami's boobs were bigger than those of some pin-up models. Anyway, here's her contact information.
電話をしろと。
Did she tell me to call? Are you that against it?
私の B 地区がこうなったのはユキのせいです。
It's all Yuki's fault that my sweater puppies are like this now. I think the theory that breasts grow when you rub them is merely an urban legend. Wait, what? That's what she meant by it? Yeah, of course. Let me touch your boobs. They grow bigger if I do. Well then, I guess I can just pretend that I lost it. I didn't feel like dealing with this anymore.
いえいえ、ユキに嘘は通じません。
No, wait. Lies don't work on Yuki. Huh?
これは大変なことになったぞ。
Yeah, this is turning out to be a nightmare. I think this is the first time I've seen Yusami panicked into a sweat. Okay, and this is the perfect time to end the episode here. I said to myself, next time dots are there, I do it. Alright then. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Leave a like if you did. And, well, that's the first time I'm asking this, but please hit the bell, but hit the ringing bell to be notified if a new episode goes up. In any case, stay tuned for more.